If you're a third-party logistics system and you don't support a Shopify integration or a BigCommerce integration or a NetSuite integration, guess what? You're gonna get less clients. Hello everybody and welcome to Search. This week we will talk about EDI and XML integrations for e-commerce. So Joe, let's start with the issue that we have at hand. When this COVID-19 stuff hit, a lot of e-commerce businesses were not ready. A lot of e-commerce businesses still operate out of their warehouses. They stock products, and all of a sudden you had a shortage of warehouse employees. They couldn't really come to work. They had to wear masks. You have states that banned people to go outside. It was a nightmare, and the demand was still there. People were still ordering online, and we had that issue with this. We had the same issue with Amazon, and Amazon was kind of struggling as well, even though they had this crazy technology and integration and robots. What does this mean for integrations that we're talking about, EDI, XML, etc., integrations? How do these actually help us become more automated, save more money, and also help us in a situation like this?
Yeah, so you're absolutely right. We're actually getting calls left and right from e-commerce business owners that are now starting to feel the pain because they had a manual process in place, right? They didn't have an automated solution that would reorder inventory once the stock got low, that would allow them to streamline their logistics. So they didn't have this type of solution in place. And now when this pandemic hit, they truly start to feel the pressure.
Yeah. So we have a client that does $29 million annually, and he sells on marketplaces such as Amazon, Walmart, Jet, Wayfair, Overstock, and a bunch of others, Rakuten. He sells on his site, he sells on eBay, and he doesn't stock any of the items that he sells. How can you do $29 million in sales and not stock anything and not have a warehouse? Remember, from a business standpoint, that also means that you don't have overhead. Now, dropshipping was a huge thing since 2004, 2005, but this is not about a basic dropshipping operation. This is about an advanced integration that you have. And if you don't mind, Joe, I want to just give an outline of this. Orders come in through your website or the third-party marketplaces. They get automatically sent to the suppliers that the products are assigned to. The suppliers get these POs and they process and they ship it to your client. They send back the tracking information through XML and EDI again. Your clients get the shipping notification, know that items have been shipped, and then whatever is batched as shipped then is taken and then is pushed to your accounting software so you can have the right metrics to calculate your profitability and your financial reporting. This is what an average integration looks like from an e-commerce standpoint. But with what happened with COVID is a lot of hospitals and a lot of medical suppliers were struggling because they did not have this integration, this type of integration. It's an automated purchase order integration. It's an automated tracking information integration. So they literally had to put thousands and thousands of orders manually because they had this influx of demand. So Joe, when it comes to this kind of an operation, how does the EDI and XML integrations help us become more efficient?
Well, I think you kind of answered it right there. And what it comes down to is the automation, right? The automation is what's going to allow you to scale. It's going to allow you to run far more efficiently. It's going to reduce human error, right? So these are the things that you put in the time to configure and then tweak along the way until you have a nice fine-tuned oil machine, right? And that machine is now your e-commerce business or your operation that's now running itself, essentially. And that's what the power of EDI allows you to do. So when it comes to, like you said, purchase orders, automated purchase orders, to when you're now getting this information from your suppliers, how are you now going to feed that data onto your website, right? So all of that needs to be automated, because if you have 10 suppliers feeding you hundreds of thousands of SKUs, some the same, some different, how are you going to funnel that data and have it cleanly imported into your site? Can't be done manually, right? It's very, very important. And what it does is essentially it's the automation that allows you to scale and allows you to have a cleaner e-commerce operation.
Got it. And there are a lot of suppliers and companies that were hesitant to integrate at a level like this. Remember when 10 years ago cloud was a big thing and we were all hearing about it, but nobody knew what cloud was? And today everybody is using cloud. All the softwares are on cloud. I mean, you used to get a CD of Microsoft Office back in the day, and now you can just click and download and start using it for $9.99 a month, right? So we believe that the same thing is going to happen here with these types of integrations, that there won't be any supplier, there won't be any distributor that doesn't use these types of integrations. Just to give you an idea, Walmart uses all these types of integrations. And if you want to sell to Walmart, you actually have to integrate your own system with Walmart's system. So these POs and orders and everything else is done in an automated fashion. Now, when it comes to XML, XML format is very easy. You can update your products, your pricing, your images through an XML. And then there is the product side of things, which is your catalog. And then there's the order fulfillment side of things. These are the two sections on any operation that you need to pay attention to, and XML takes care of both. When it comes to EDI, EDI is usually used for the order fulfillment side integrations, and that has to do with third-party logistics. I mean, you don't have to be selling to Amazon. How many third-party logistics projects have we done in the past 6 months, Joe?
I would say 4 or 5.
Yeah. So we integrate with so many third-party logistics systems now, because for them to operate, and a 3PL, a third-party logistics, is basically you ship them a container or 2 pallets of your products, and they do the operation for you. And from another side, this maximizes your profitability. Imagine if you didn't have to pay rent. Imagine if you didn't have to pay for warehouse employees, and you just paid $1.50 pick fee for every item that was picked, and maybe $2 for every item that you shipped, right? And these third-party logistics are going to have better rates with FedEx because they do volume. So it just makes sense for businesses to run this kind of an operation, especially after a pandemic like this, where it kind of disrupted everybody's day-to-day and operations. So when it comes to EDI, there are different formats with EDI. And some of those formats are, you have the 850 purchase order form, you have the 855 purchase order acknowledgement, you have advanced ship notices, change request buyer, you have change acknowledgement seller, order report status. So EDI is set up in this format to operate. And we've gotten also a lot of requests from hospitals and suppliers for hospitals to do this in a short period of time. I mean, we usually take maybe 30 days to 60 days to finish an integration like this. We have people reach out to us and say, can you guys do this in 7 days? Which is not impossible, but it's kind of pushing it. So we see this movement not only on e-commerce, we're talking about e-commerce now, but we also see this for B2B businesses. More and more businesses are going to do this. So Joe, where do you think this technology is going now? You think that a lot of people are going to adapt to this really, really fast, or do you think people are going to take their sweet time?
I think people are going to pull the trigger on it a lot faster than they would have 60 days ago. I think that it's definitely something that we're going to see, especially like you said, in B2B. We're going to see this take off in B2B, not just B2C. Yes, I think that we're going to start seeing a lot more businesses move towards this alternative.
Yep. So that's it for this week. Again, if you are doing any kind of e-commerce operation that's over $1 million in annual revenue, if you are any kind of supplier, distributor, if you offer dropship, if you are third-party logistics, you have to definitely start looking at EDI and XML integrations to make your operation more efficient, and also to be able to allow other people to work with you. I mean, if you're a third-party logistics system and you don't support a Shopify integration or a BigCommerce integration or a NetSuite integration, guess what? You're going to get less clients. You better start working on these integrations. You better build your own API. Every single third-party logistics system or business needs to have its own API, so the communication can happen back and forth with your warehouse or multiple warehouses. Okay? So that's it for this week. We'll talk to you guys next week.